been able to do. That's the website of Nigerian Immigration Service. And from what you can see on this now. So things that we have been able to do is to be able to make sure that all our breeder documents, you don't need to come to an immigration office with breeder documents. Because what we realize is that some people, some little percentage though of corrupt officers try to make use of opportunity of authenticity to be able to create a bit of issues, for Nigerians. So what we have been able to do is to automate. As you can see, once you get into the immigration website, you just go on passport, which is you apply now. So once you apply on the passport, this is it, apply now. So if you are asking for a fresh passport, you go straight to a fresh passport. If it's for renewal, you go to renewal. But let me start with a fresh passport per se. Now, the first thing it asks you is NIN. Remember I spoke here on this show that we're going to what's called data convergence, that we want a single point of contact for our data, and we must be able to build identity database around NIMSI, which is what the law says any which way. So now
so is there a handshake between the immigration?
100%.
So as soon as you put a NIN here, if my data,
you'll see it now. Okay. So this is the first page. So you enter your NIN number. Once you enter your NIN number, immediately you enter the NIN number. You see it now. This is just like a test NIN.
It's a test environment.
Yes, but it's live as we speak.
Okay.
Now.
So anyone can go on to it. It's the immigration.com.
Immigration.gov.ng. Okay. But this is we use because we can't be using somebody's real name, on live TV because of data. Yes. So you enter your date of birth. The reason for the date of birth is basically to be able to authenticate the name, to be sure that you are actually the owner of the name. Then, of course, there's a captcha there just to be sure that it's not
a security feature.
That it's actually. So you go to verify. Once you go to verify, it brings out all your details, pulls it out automatically from
the NIMSI.
Yes, this is the record you have in NIMSI. So what we have been able to do now is to make sure that identity theft becomes a thing of the past. What we have been able to do is that you can't have one record in NIMSI and have another one in immigration service. So immediately this document comes out, all your details in NIMSI. Then you confirm and continue if it is true. If it is not true, then you have to go and amend it with NIMSI. Then you choose the type of passport that you want to apply for. I mean, you choose your processing state, Okay. So maybe I'll pick Abia for example. Now you pick Abia, then it brings you the processing office that we have in Abia. Drop down, so you pick that in Abia Umahia, and as well you can check your appointment availability at the center from the beginning. That's just for the purpose of only biometric. That shouldn't take you 3 minutes. So you look at, okay, is it available or not? So you will be able to do that. It tells you, okay, next availability is January 9 in Abia, so you will know that, okay, can I go or whatever.
But those because there was a time that when you pick a date, it gives you almost a year.
No, we're solving that. I'll take you, but that's part of the reason things in the interim. So I go back here, then your booklet type. Do you want a 32 pages? Or the purpose of let's do 32 pages, or let's do 64 pages, for example. Let's do 64 pages. Then you choose the validity period. It's statutorily 10 years. Okay. It's 10 years, so you do 10 years. Then, of course, you confirm that you've checked the availability. Because if the availability is not okay by you, you can go to another center, pick the nearest center and whatever. Then, of course, it comes to this place. So before, we used to go to immigration office, move your neck, move your this. Then, of course, the snap picture, most times that has shadows, and that's part of the thing that wastes time, and also consumes space. So that does not give us enough room to even install our Isla printer machines, because we need to procure more printing machines to be able to produce the passport. So you just go to upload of the passport. Yes,
the photograph.
Yes, that's the passport photograph. So you go there. Once you go there, you just be able to upload a passport photograph, which is the same passport photograph, the same type that you use for your visa applications, whatever. So it's the same thing exactly. Okay. So that's what you would do. So you go to upload. Once you upload your passport, this is a test case, for example. Okay. Then you, of course, you submit. You go to submit.
This looks like the U.S. visa kind of environment.
Exactly, just as friendly as that. That's what we're trying to do. Then, of course, you've seen that it's okay. It tells you, because this system has a detector. If the passport is not okay, it tells you it's not okay. If it's okay, it tells you it's okay. So if you need to, in line with ICAO standard, which is the global standard of passport that would be done. So you go to continue. After this, then it gives you, of course, your reference number in case you want, at this stage, you want to log out, come back and fill or whatever. You can always continue. You don't need to start all over again. So you confirm that you have copied the reference number, then automatically it has already populated. If you don't mind, if I may stand, you will.
Sorry, just a moment.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You can stand for a moment. Okay. I'll allow my guys to come.
So now, when you look at it, we have made sure that some titles are not. You can't adjust some titles on this place because this is to be able to prevent identity theft, identity fraud. Yeah. So, for instance, now, if you apply for a fresh passport, not for a change of data, your name is your name. If you want to change your name, then you apply for a change of data. Then your date of birth is your date of birth. Your gender is your gender. So your place of birth is your place of birth. It cannot change. So your country of birth is your country of birth. So this is to make sure that there's harmonization. So there are some areas, for instance, marital status, you can always, marital status is something that you can always, marital status is what you can always adjust. Then, of course, occupation, your maiden name, which is optional, email address. So I put in my email address because the issue here is that if the email, if your application at any point in time has a problem, we send you an automated text message telling you to check your mail, that there is a problem. You check your mail immediately, and I send you a mail of which automatically. Yes. So that's once they review it at the end and there are questions or there are issues. So they send it to you, they tell you what to do, then you are able to redo those things. And once you redo those things, then it automatically updates your data. Yes, automatically it does that. So after filling that,
apologies. Yeah. What about those who have issues with their data that is already on NIMSI's, their NIN? Because there are some people who have issues with some of the data, they like to correct it and all. Would you have to first go to NIN, to NIMSI to correct that?
No, definitely, because don't forget that NIMSI Act is very clear. NIMSI is responsible for management of identity in Nigeria. That's the truth. So you correct it, you do modification in NIMSI, then we have a handshake with NIMSI. So what we're trying to do is that every identity has to be uniform. It has to be one. We don't want a scenario whereby your driver's license, for example, you are 1982. On your passport, you are 1978. In what's it called? In NIMSI, you are 1984. We don't want that. We want to harmonize our data and be sure of the integrity of the system. So you fill this, then the next thing you do is just continue. You go on continue. So once you get to this point, it has automatically filled your state of origin because that cannot change. Your hometown, of course, you fill your hometown, you just fill some few things.
So, one of the major things for a lot of Nigerians is the time lag. The time for you to wait for days, for you to go there, the queues that you make. Sometimes if you want to do your international passport, you have to jettison work on that day.
And that's what
you have to go and queue.
And that's what we're trying.
And there are a lot of people who are there at the Immigration Passport Office who are there to collect money from you.
That is exactly what we're trying to stop. And with this now, the only thing you need to do there is you have an appointment, you just go there, take your biometric, no picture, nobody's looking at your document, nothing. So it's just to take your fingerprint and go. 2-3 minutes. So
you're saying that nobody should ask any Nigerians for extra money apart from the money that you ought to